Good Monday afternoon. All right. I wanted to hop on here and kind of commend everybody um, for their patience this week and last week. Um, I think you guys are picking up um, on let's just call it the cadence of the market. If we think about things, uh, we're generally better as a group if we do not trade before Tuesday. If you're trading that weekly candle, the weekly move generally starts on a Tuesday. Sunday and Monday, or just a Monday candle, is generally a misdirection. It is not um, a candle that should be traded, long term. So basically, what I wanted to do was come on and kind of discuss what we have going on. I thought we'd get a pullback to that zone, and we haven't gotten it yet. We just closed the 2-day candle, so it's a possibility that we trade below this candle, deeper into this imbalance for a buy back up, even though that's not guaranteed. So the people who got tricked into closing this trade last week, this is it's a pretty good lesson on why you just have to hold what you got, man. Like, we don't control where the market is going or how long it takes to get there. So we know where it's going, but we don't have the keys to it. So what we could see is a pullback. Here's the golden zone of the 2-day candle. The 78 is right in our other golden zone that we're looking for on that daily pullback. So there's still a possibility that the trade goes back up to this imbalance on this 1 hour. That would be the ideal spot that we could catch a sell. All right, we can catch a short. However, there's an Asian session highs here that the market could react from it and maybe not ever go back up here until it turns around to buy. Um, but we have two kind of areas that we need to watch now instead of just this one. And we will base our entry off of off of the pullback and the time, right? If it is a London session and we're just uh, at these highs, then we might have to look at getting an entry here. But if we're higher than that, then it makes the decision a lot more easy for us. So that is the EN trade, and EA, GN, GA, all of those trades um, are pretty much doing the same thing, right? So all of those trades that we had an opportunity to trade last week, EA, GA, EN, and GN, um, they're looking great, right? They're really starting to pick up steam. And if you missed out on these opportunities, I think it's still important to look at them because this isn't the last time that you're going to see it. It might be the first time that you looked at trading like this, or kind of you know, looked at it in a manner in which you felt that you could take advantage of a move like this. In 2 days, this GN trade has dropped 443 pips. Oh my goodness. Guys, like this trade is crazy because this trade is already pushing into the golden zone, which tells me that on Tuesday, this trade may indeed be ready to take off and buy for the long term, but my goodness, I mean that trade dropped fast. Man, that's crazy. Um, this is good stuff though. Uh, GA didn't drop that fast. And we're in EN and it's not, that far down there. Maybe our turn is tonight. So who knows? Um, Either way, if you are forced to watch from the sidelines, these are great lessons to learn, and going forward, maybe you're a better trader because this happened to happen to you. Okay, so let's look at GBP CAD. Okay, so yeah, these trades are still very slow. Um, but you got the bearish 2-day order block. There's plenty of room. If this bought up, or if it buys up to give you an entry, then you still have a 400 and some pip trade down to the zone on this. There are so many opportunities, guys, and I realized some of these analysis are from last week, but it's still valid. And all we're doing is following along with the market. So for those of you who did these analysis, these various analysis on GA, EA, GN, GCAD, and ECAD, I just want you to know what it looks like to follow along. Like we still have plenty of trading that needs to happen for the price to do what we analyze it to do. Now, I'm going to transition into the analysis that we looked at the close of this past week. On Friday, we had a 2-week candle closed, and we had a good setup on EUR JPY. We had the 2-week bullish order block, and we talked about price needing to trade above this line before it turns to sell. And we see that price is sitting above this line. So we'll look, tonight maybe at price turning to sell into this zone. EUR USD was another one of those pair that had a 2-week bullish order block. It's not above that line yet, but it looks like price is headed that direction. And we'll look at two more, GJ, GBP, JPY. Okay, we're above the last week's candle, the 2-week candle that closed last week. We're above that price. So this is a good area to look for a turnaround and price to sell back to our zone. And then we look at GU. Okay, GU is right at the 2-week high or the candles. I mean, it looks like it already closed above there, but we're in the area, right? And ideally, we want price to kind of stay up there or be around that area and wick up there to give us our entry to trade back down south. And all of these trades, if we catch the trade at this high and we trade it back to the imbalance on GU, that's about 200 pips. On EU, $276, right? And this is just to the zone. Like I'm not even dropping to the 4-hour to look for the imbalance. But this is where I would like to see the group get to as a group, right? Where you can mentally understand what you need to see happen, right? Like I see this bullish order block. I have my zone marked up. Now I want to see price go up, take out the high, and trade back to my zone, right? So this gives us as a group and you as an individual the flexibility to pick and choose what trade is better for you. Hey, is this trade setting up on my time clock, right? Is it giving me my opportunity on Tuesday or Wednesday? Is it giving me the entry that I want? Like if this doesn't come and take out that high, I might not want to take this trade. I'm not saying it's not going to go to the zone, but it didn't do exactly what I wanted to do. It needs to give me everything. I want the trade to give me everything that I anticipated doing. And if it doesn't do that, I can be very discriminatory because I have multiple trade setups that I'm watching and I understand what I want to see from each of those trade setups. Okay, hopefully this will help you when you start looking at your charts and analyzing your charts. And if you notice, I'm not like I have this on memory. So I'm not going in writing a bunch of notes on my chart. Not saying that you shouldn't write a bunch of notes on your chart. You have to do what you have to do, and you have to understand what level you're on as a trader. I can remember, when I look at the chart, I already know and remember what I want to see happen, right? I know that this is a bullish order block and price needs trades to my zone. I know I'm only interested in catching that sell above these highs, or if the candle takes out these highs, right? So you have to get to a point as a trader where your comfort level is the same thing, where you're comfortable in making decisions uh, the same way. So when you look at this EuroCAD trade, if you just looked at this on the 2 week chart, you might say, well, hey man, we didn't go up and take out this high. But remember, we had done this analysis on this 3 week chart. We had a bullish order block, and we wanted that high to get taken out, which it did. That high got taken out, and now price was supposedly trading back to our zone. So as long as this price, is pushing down to our zone, then we have everything we want. It might be moving slower than some other pair, but when you're a trader and you're a swing trader, speed isn't necessarily the most important factor. The most important factor for me as a swing trader is really my setup, is my structure setting up in a way that I can trust that this trade is going to play out, right? Uh, for the most part, all of these trades are going to take a week or two, right? So I don't mind if I have to wait an extra week for the trade to play out, as long as the structure gives me the confidence and the intestinal fortitude to hold on to the trade. All right, guys. So hopefully this will assist you. And if you need to go back, through the analysis from last week, feel free to do it. Like, all of you guys are dropping your analysis in the group, so you can go back and look at your own analysis and see, kind of what you thought was going to happen, and you can kind of mark where we are on your analysis and how long it maybe took to get here and what else needs to happen to complete this trade setup. All right, guys. I'll see y'all in the market streets, and hold what you got.